Hello. Oh, what am I making? I'm sorry, I didn't even get to see that comment. I am making a shawl. Obviously, it doesn't look like much at the moment, but this is just the beginning part of it. It's a very lacy, very mesh poncho. And I love, look at this. I don't even know if the sparkles are going to show up on camera. They like kind of are. But I went to the secondhand craft store the other day and I got this ball of yarn right here for $5. Like, look at those colors. $5. Then I went on the company website because I had never heard of this brand. So I went on their website and I ended up checking Amazon. And it's a $14 skein of yarn that I got at a secondhand shop for $5. You made a pink and white bee for your cousin. Oh, awesome. But yeah, I'm just hanging out today, working on pink stuff. I have 2 pink projects set out to work on, because if my hand gets tired working on this, I'm just going to work on something else. $5, yes. I actually, I recorded a yarn haul, but I haven't posted it yet. Well, I don't know. Do you want me to just do the yarn haul now? If you're interested, I can show you the rest of the yarn that I bought at that secondhand shop. But yes, this one was $5. It's actually written right on it. $5 that I paid for this one. And then it's a cotton blend, and there's a couple other cotton yarns that I was able to snag for like anywhere from like $4 to $7 also. Oh, you do? Okay, so wait, is that a sure you do want to see the rest of the yarn haul? Because I can pull out the rest of the yarn that I got at that store. I can do that for you. I think the bag is right behind me. Okay, so this is the first one I already talked about. I got this one for $5, and it was a full, untouched, brand new skein for $5. So that was really cool. Then I got in this bag, and I think they're all labeled with the prices. This one was $4. It's like this green, I don't even know what to call this material because it's not yarn. It's like I don't know, it's like some sort of fabric thread. I don't know, but I got 4 wound up little cakes of this. So I was thinking of crocheting onto some zippers that I have and making some sort of like, maybe like pencil pouch or crochet hook pouch or something like that. And then the other 2 sets are all cotton yarn. So this was $7. And I got 4 cakes of this. So from what I can tell, it's 100% cotton. And it's a very thin, like sock weight yarn. So I have 4 of this. And then the last one that I have, hello, the last one that I got was this. And I put it all in one bag because for some reason they had it marked separately. They had a $4 bag and a $2 bag, but when I was looking through it, I was like pretty confident that they were the same yarn. So there's, it's technically there's 6 little cakes, but there's this like, it's like a periwinkle light blue, and it is very, very thin. You can see how thin that is. So whenever I use this, I'm likely going to double strand or triple strand it. And then I don't entirely have plans for the blue yarn yet. I weighed it the other day. I'm pretty sure I wrote down how much it was. Oh yeah, for the green yarn, I had 347 grams, which I guess that's not much, but it's gonna make like a pencil pouch or something, whatever I turn it into. And then the teal, I got the most of that. The teal that I showed, that was 416 grams. I was thinking of making some sort of like, maybe like a flowy tank top or like a beach cover-up type shirt out of that. Same with like this periwinkle, because there's not much of it. It needs to be something like really light and flowy. Oh, the final thing was this. I got, it was for like 25 cents, I think. I got these little wooden beads, and I figured I'm going to use them for, I'm making some beach cover-ups. And, you know, like, it would be cute at the end of the drawstring, like some seashells or some, like, little wood beads. But yeah, that's the yarn that I got at the secondhand craft shop the other day. Ew, someone's car alarm is going off outside. Hello. Ooh, leg or arm warmers. That's a good idea. And I do want to make, I've been saying I was going to make leg warmers, and at this point, winter is going to be over by the time I actually get around to making them. But I wouldn't make leg warmers out of that blue because it's so thin. Even if you used multiple strands of it, it still wouldn't be thick enough to provide any warmth unless you're doing it to be like decorative in the spring or something. Oh, thank you to the person who said they liked my hair. It's still kind of damp. I already have a mod, but I do see your question there. If any of you are hanging out with me, please hit the like and subscribe. I plan on doing lives more often. Just trying to put myself out there more, trying to put my channel out there more with crochet. I figure if I'm out doing this more often, I'll come across more people who actually want to see my content, who actually want to see crochet related things. Is anyone else crocheting while they're watching this? Or alternative question, what's everyone up to today? I made this, I'm going live as an alternative to like hanging out anywhere for Valentine's Day today. So I figured there's probably some other people at home who want to chat. Happy Valentine's Day. You saw a person make leg warmers with white yarn and decorated it with blue, so that could be nice. Yeah, oh! So that super thin blue yarn, like I could hold 2 strands of that really thin blue yarn, and then the third strand could be a white yarn, and that could thicken it up. The only problem, well, if I was doing it for, oh, I gotta fix my hair. If I was doing it for leg warmers or something, I guess it doesn't matter if it's all cotton. But if I was doing it for like some sort of shirt, I would do it. I would want to keep it like all cotton for like washability and having it be breathable. Thank you for subscribing. Do you make plushies? I see you said you're working on a crab and a shark, but do you make plushies? Thank you for liking. Oh, hermit crab. Okay, I see the mistake there. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything about the German crab. I was like, you make whatever you want. Hermit crab. Hermit crab. Okay. Well, that sounds cute. That sounds cute. So do you make, I know there's a bit of a delay when I like read, by the time I read the comment and answer the question, there's like at least a 30-second delay before it gets to you all. But are you making plushies for the hermit crab and the shark? Oh, you do plushies for your business? Okay, well I see, well I guess that makes a lot more sense now that I see crochet in your name. Do you have an Etsy shop or do you also do YouTube for your crochet? Or I guess you could do you do Etsy or do you do like markets and in-person sales for your plushies? I know not everyone's a fan of selling on Etsy. I do, but um as I grow, I don't know if I'll stay on Etsy forever. This yarn is so hard to work with. Right now you don't do either. You do around your city and in-person sales, markets too. Okay, awesome. At one point I thought I wanted to get into doing like vendor markets, and I don't know, I might still give it another try like when the weather gets better. But from the few in-person markets I've done like out in public, like out in my community, they didn't turn out too like the sales weren't too great, but I was thinking maybe I was at like farmers markets where people weren't really seeking out crochet stuff. But I have done two vendor markets like on a college campus, and those sales were great. But you just have to think about like the demographic and the population of who wants to buy this stuff. So like maybe I'd get back into doing markets, but I'd have to know for certain like the demographic of the people that are going to be at the market and if they'd be interested in buying crochet goods, especially since I do more like wearables. It's more like hats, scarves, ear warmers, stuff like that. Yeah, versus plushies, I feel like people of all ages buy plushies because they buy them for themselves, they buy them for children, stuff like that. Everyone I've met that does crochet plushies, their sales are always more consistent because there's more population out there that want to buy plushies. Hi. Thank you. Like I said, sorry if there's like a delay on what I'm talking about and me answering someone saying hi in the comments. I promise I do see it. There's like at least a 30-second delay. Thank you for the hearts. I see some hearts flying up. Well, kind of, because my coffee's blocking it. I need to find somewhere to sit this so it's not in the way. Ah. this yarn, I'm questioning how long I'm going to actually work on this poncho while I'm on live, because with this yarn being so thin, it falls off the hook a lot. And I'm not like blaming the yarn or anything. I just don't often crochet with a 4mm hook in this thin yarn. Thank you. I don't usually crochet with this thin yarn, so it falls off the hook a lot, and I have to like pay really close attention so I don't stick my hook through a stitch and split the yarn. And I don't like having to look down so frequently. Okay, bye. I will see you when you get back. I'll be on for like an hour. Maybe more if there's people to chat with. Ooh, see? There I go, dropping stitches again. I see all of the confetti and the smiles and the hearts, and it's cracking me up. I love it. You're also a crocheter? Hi. I keep doing these lives because I'm hoping to meet other people who crochet. Like, eventually I hope to build up my channel enough where, like, I can hop on these lives and it's like me and other crochet people, like, actually talking about crochet stuff. What do you make? What types of things do you make? Do you make wearables? Or are you like a plushie maker? Like the other person that was in here? Bye. You make random stuff? I feel that. I feel that. When I first started, I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Even now, if I come across something that looks interesting, other than plushies, that's kind of the number one area I stay away from. If I see something, I look at it and I'm one of those like, I bet I could make that. And it's anything from a scarf to a sunglasses holder to a can koozie to a pot holder. I'll just make something if I think I can do it. The other day, my mom went on a trip to Philly, and it was freezing up there. Anyone who's up in the Northeast area, um, you know how cold it was last week. But at the last minute, she asked me to make her a matching cowl to go with a crochet Philadelphia Eagles hat that I made her, and it was like pink and sparkly. So she's like, "Can you make this?" Mind you, we were going to bed in like an hour. So I decided, I was like, well, yeah, I can make that. And I just made her a matching cowl to go with it. Never made one before. I was like, I guess this is long enough. And then she ended up actually asking me to modify it in a cool way. I added a drawstring to it. So she had like the cowl that hung, it's like a short scarf that hung about like here. And then there was a drawstring in it so that she could pull it up like over her nose when she was walking around outside and pull the string in the back, and it would stay up and like keep her face covered while she was walking around in the city. Nia! When did you get here? Hi! I'm a little behind on comments because I was yapping and looking down. So I'm catching up on what people were saying. It looks like 2 different people said they were beginners. So that's awesome. Stop. Why are you in an ambulance? Well, I know why you're in an ambulance, obviously, but like, bruh. You have a lot of pets. 3 birds, 1 turtle, and 2 fish. Oh, cool. I'm a 1 dog kind of person. But yeah, 2 people said they were beginners. How long have you been crocheting? What are some things you've made or that you hope to make through your crochet journey? Hi. How are you? I'm good. I'm getting frustrated with this yarn I'm working with, but I'm good. A month. Thank you. You made a jellyfish and a flower and a bow. Okay. Oh, where did I put this stuff? It's probably not even in the room with me. But I made a whole bunch of... There! Oh my gosh, I do have them. I made a whole bunch of crochet bows because I was planning on making a tutorial for them. And there's no reason I haven't made this tutorial. Like, I'm just going to take accountability on that. I'm lazy. My dude. So, speaking of bows, I hate that the sun is coming through my window weird. But there's this bow that I made. And I actually attached a hair clip. Oh, wrong side. I attached a hair clip to the back of it. Then I did large bow also without tails. And then 2 more bows in the small size. Hello. You said you're new here. Welcome. You made it a pin? That's cute. I thought about buying some. Like I said, I was at the secondhand craft store the other day, and they did have like a bunch of pins, like loose, that you could attach to like handmade buttons and stuff. I considered getting that, but I like to spend money, but I want to actually like have a plan of what I would make out of it before I buy it. I'm always open to appropriate questions. I don't watch a ton of TV, but I do like to watch movies. My favorite TV show at the moment recently was Welcome to Derry. I was obsessed. Obsessed, obsessed. And although I'm a Welcome to Derry fan, I am not a Stranger Things fan. Because I feel like those two go together a lot, and I'm not a Stranger Things fan. The yarn I used was like the wool yarn, and it was multicolored. Okay, cool. I'm trying my best to answer all of your questions. There's a few that if I read it and it seems like really outlandish or inappropriate in some way, I'll just gloss over it and you'll notice I don't answer it. But otherwise, I'm going to answer your questions. I'm on here because I want to chat with people. I mean, otherwise, you would just be watching me sit here crocheting in silence. Congrats. Hey, Taco. You're saying you look like me? Cool. Hello, Taco. My dog is trying to make an appearance. Do you want to make an appearance? Hi. Can you jump up this high? No? Okay. I guess we're not making an appearance. I feel like today is going by fast. Yeah, definitely. Oh! Valentine's engagement. Very nice. Very nice. Taco, come here. Come here. Taco does not want to be picked up, but it's fine. So I can crochet in peace. No, I don't want to crochet in peace. I wanted to hang out with people. Okay. You don't like this pillow on my lap, and that's valid. This stripe of sunlight is coming for me. I hate sitting here in like the early afternoon because the sunlight strip is like coming for me. Thank you. His name is Taco. Your aunt has a cat. I keep thinking I'm gonna become a cat person one day. I'm in fact new to live streaming. That is, yes. This is maybe only the third or fourth, maybe fourth time I've done a live stream. I'm still definitely getting used to the world of live streaming. I'm so sorry if you can hear these cars outside. I'm definitely new to the world of live streaming, but I want to get into it more, get more comfortable with it, stuff like that. I'm definitely new to the whole world of YouTube, and I don't have a ton of resources. Like, I use my phone for everything. I have a borrowed mic. I just do everything off my laptop. So eventually, as I grow more and do more live streams, like, I'll eventually get myself a good camera and mic and stuff and have a better, like, setup. Yeah, you can tag me places. That's fine. My favorite color is blue. Very specifically, this. If you want to know what my favorite color is, it is this specific shade of light blue. I look at this color, and it just gives me joy. Well, see, even my nails. It just gives me joy. What am I making? I think I saw someone say, what am I making? I'm trying to flatten it out so I can hold it up. I am making a, like, lace mesh poncho. So it'll sit, like, a little off to the side like this. And it's going to be, like, obviously much longer. It's going to be much longer. But yes, I am making a poncho. And if you did not already see earlier, this is the yarn that I'm using. So it's a very thin, sparkly ombre yarn that I'm using for this. This actually isn't for me. I'm probably going to take pictures in it, but this is actually for my mom. I came home from the yarn store, and I was showing her what I got. And as soon as she saw it, she was like, make me something out of it. I'll buy it off of you. And I was like, okay. So she claimed it right away. I didn't even have a chance to think of something to make with it. She saw it, and she's like, I want something. And then she went on Pinterest, and she started seeing, like, pictures of ponchos and stuff. And I was like, sure, I can make that. Yes, I saw your joke. Oh, your favorite color is green. Yes. Funny story. You saying your favorite color is green actually reminds me. So my family jokes that I'm, like, low key colorblind. Like, not diagnosably. I haven't gone to the doctor for it or anything. But there's a lot of colors that I say it's one thing and it probably is not. But I promise you that's what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a good example. I don't have one with me. But I have a lot of cups that are, via my eyesight, I think are this color, but apparently I own a lot of things that are mint green by other people's standards. And in my mind, I'm collecting these blue items, these like light blue items. And everyone that I'm friends with sees these things and they're like, wow, Danae, your favorite color must be mint green. And I'm like, no, I don't like mint green. What are you talking about? Apparently, I like mint green. Um, that is cool. And how long have you been doing knitting? So I started crocheting well, I learned how to crochet when I was 12. So I've known how to crochet for about 18 years now. Um, but it was just kind of a hobby that I did on and off through like middle school and high school. I didn't really touch crochet again until like I was almost done college. Like I think it was my junior year I started making stuff for myself again. And then I didn't touch it for a while. It was just like a hobby. If I had a friend or a family member who was like, "Hey, make a thing for me," I made it. And then around 2023, that's when more people in my life started telling me like, "Oh, you should sell this stuff. You should sell this stuff." And I was like, I guess I never really thought of it. It was more like I make this stuff for my friends and family and just give it away for free because I like a challenge. So I started my Etsy shop and my Instagram account in 2023. No, I started my Instagram. I started my Etsy shop in 2022. I started really using it in 2023, and that's when I made the Instagram account. And then I actually just started this YouTube channel in early December, so not even 3 months. I've been on YouTube as my other social media platform. I thought I was 16. Ha, no. No. My sweater keeps like trying to choke me. Thank you. Hello, hello. You are still here. All right, what should I talk about next? You guys were keeping me in a good flow with some questions. Nothing too outlandish though. Just something I can tell little stories about. You're 11. You're thinking about, oh yeah, you're thinking about doing crochet and knit, but you also do basketball and cooking. I did see your comment. I saw it. You should get into it. I mean, I think it's relaxing. I think anybody can do it and like at a variety of different skill levels because there's people who only work with tiny crochet hooks and thin yarn like this. There's people who only work with the big like chunky yarn and chunky crochet hooks. You might be the type of person who you just love making small items like coasters or glasses covers or keychains, but you also might be the type that you're like, wow, I really like this, and you make full size sweaters and like dresses or jackets all the time. It really varies. There's like no cap to what you could do with crochet. Oh yeah, jellyfish. I feel like you mentioned that jellyfish earlier. I mentioned earlier that I stay away from plushies and like amigurumi. I'm not super into it, but I am considering making a jellyfish keychain because I want like a bag charm. And I figure if I'm gonna have a bag charm, I might as well make it myself, even though I'm not like trying to make plushies full time or anything. You love trying new things. You should. It was bite-sized. Yeah, if I make the jellyfish, it's going to be small. If I make any attempt at a plushie, it's going to be, like, small. I mean, I guess that depends on how you define plushie, because I also have... I wonder if I can see it. It's behind me somewhere. No, I probably can't reach it. But I made some crochet, like, hanging plants, like the kind that you can hang from, like, the rear view mirror of your, like, car or whatever. I mean, technically you could call that a plushie. With the little plant, because I put the fiber fill in it and all that stuff. Congrats on your subs. If you do decide to get into crocheting and knitting, like, YouTube is the best place. I learned how to crochet, like, in person from my grandmother. But as my skills grew, pretty much everything that I know how to do, I learned it from a YouTube tutorial. And then was able to just kind of, like, build on those skills on my own. Oh yeah, anyone can do anything. Nice. See, that's why I don't like working on this. I got into the habit of looking down. Because, like I said earlier, I don't crochet with, like, thin yarn and a thin hook often. I'm usually the type where, like, I can crochet and watch a movie and be looking up most of the time. But with this, I have to keep, like, looking down to make sure I'm not going in between the yarn stitches. I like my plants. This is only a fraction of them. It's actually so upsetting. There's a plant that normally sits here that's, like, very big and, like, bush-like. It's a Thanksgiving cactus. But I have it off to the side, actually, next to me on a table in quarantine, because one of my other plants got sick, and I just... yeah. I needed to make sure it was nothing, like, spreading, so I actually got some, like, insect spray and plant soap, and I had to clean some of the plants. So I have my big guy that was right here, I have him quarantined off to the side to make sure there's no bugs or anything on it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand your sentence. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm obsessed with plants. I wish I had more. I'm actually in the process of cutting down how many plants I have because I'm going to move soon. So I don't want to have to move a bunch of plants, and then I'm probably going to get a whole bunch more again. But my bigger plants, they're all in front of me where you all can't see because there's a big window. So all the large potted plants are in that window over there. I don't even know why I started another row of this. I do not want to keep working on this right now. Okay. I'll see you when you get back. PFP means profile pic, and OC means original character. Having that explained to me made me feel very old. I didn't know what those letters meant. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to what we were talking about. When it comes sports, no, I don't play any sports. I'm a very stationary person. I used to do fencing, and before that, field hockey and soccer. I'm just trying to make my way through another row of this. Don't know why I started it. Trying to make my way through one more row of this poncho, and then I'm going to switch to something else because I don't feel like working on this. I don't feel like working on this anymore. Hello. I am making... Oh, there's a yarn clump approaching me. Ah! I am making a very, like, flowy mesh poncho. Trying to line it all up. But it's like, it's gonna be like a poncho. And it's very, like, see-through and breathable. And you also crochet? Oh, that's awesome. I'm trying to get more people in here that also crochet. What do you make? The yarn I'm using, I actually did like a whole yarn haul at the beginning of this stream, but I went to the secondhand craft store in my town the other day, and I got this skein of yarn. It's like a pink to gray ombre, and it has like the sparkle tinsel in it. And I got it for $5. And then when I looked up this brand on Amazon and the brand website, this is normally a $14 skein of yarn. And I got it for $5, brand new. Yes, I have a brother. Oh gosh. What do you like to crochet? Or what types of things do you make? Thank you. It's a Pandora necklace. Most of my jewelry is Pandora. My necklace, my rings, and I have 2 of my 3 Pandora bracelets on. The third one has all the charms on it, and I didn't feel like being, like, jingly. You're a beginner, so you just make, like, an eye mask, roses, scrunchies, and a bag. You guys keep mentioning things that I definitely have. I don't know where. You talked about roses. Let me see if I can do this without knocking my camera over. So I made these crochet roses for Valentine's Day in 2024, I think. But I made a long stem one first. Oh, here comes everything else. I made a long stem one first. This was the first rose I ever made. And I used the wire like inside the leaves. So it's like has shape to it. And then this is the plant. I don't know what they're called. Like it's like these thick wires you can get in like the flower arrangement making section at a craft store. And then I wrapped it with yarn. And then I made 2 smaller ones. Oh gosh, excuse me. I made 2 smaller ones. And I actually released a tutorial for crochet roses 2 weeks ago. So it's very beginner friendly. If you're new to crochet and you want to make roses, I do have a tutorial on my channel for that. I feel like I'm missing stuff. Oh, you made the same one. You made a large red rose. Cool. I made a whole bunch of roses. They're not in my desk basket. Yeah, they're not in my desk basket, which means they're probably behind me somewhere on the shelf. I don't feel like digging them out. But I made a whole bunch of roses. Bye. You made 4 in the baby pink color, and they were in your red one size. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. In my tutorial, I don't go into like how to make like the leaves and the calyx and everything that go around it. I learned that from someone else on YouTube. But when you made yours, did you like put the stem and everything? So technically, yes, I have made a dress. I made my mom a like swimsuit cover up dress in white, and I made one for myself in blue, but I never wore it. I've made a swimsuit cover up skirt. I made one or two of those. At some point, I do want to challenge myself to make like a full like dress, even if it's just like a summertime or like a springtime type dress. I feel like the baby step up from before I get there would be like I want to make like a maxi skirt, and then I want to make a dress. But my biggest issue, biggest like personal issue with making like crochet skirts and dresses is either I have to find something to wear underneath them, like bike shorts or something to wear underneath them, because like odds are the stitches are going to stretch a bit and you'll see through it. Otherwise, it'll be really heavy. Or I'd have to crochet tight enough to make sure it's not see through. And I don't know if I have the patience for that, or if it would make like the skirt or the dress really heavy. After the live is over, you're gonna go. You're gonna do knitting. Awesome. Is there any way? Is there? So instead of email, you can use my Instagram. I'm at DneaDesigns, spelled the same way as my YouTube name on Instagram. So you're welcome to share projects on there and tag me in them if you'd like me to see what you're making. Cool. Yes, that is fine. I'm so tired of working on this. Awesome. I've not done anything for Valentine's Day. I'm chilling. Actually, I need to cook. I promised my brother and his coworkers that I would make them a batch of chicken bacon ranch mac and cheese. That is what they requested. So I'm probably going to make that today. Oop. I don't schedule my live streams. It really is just like when I'm in the mood to do this. So I don't know when my next live stream is going to be. I haven't done too many live streams. Like I said, I think this is only like my third or fourth one that I've done. Um, so I kind of have to get used to what time of day is best to live stream, you know? Hi. Thank you. Um, oh yeah, so I was saying I don't know when my next live stream is going to be, but if you subscribe and turn on your notifications, you should get notified like when I do go live, because it for the most part it's going to be just like spontaneous. Within reason. Within reason. Mm. I mostly just work and crochet. How many years have I been crocheting? I learned how to crochet when I was 12, so 18 years. But I wasn't consistently crocheting through that whole 18 years. Like, I crocheted a whole bunch through middle school and high school, and then I stopped for a while at like the end of high school. I picked it back up at the end of college, stopped for a while, and then in like 2022, I got back into it. And in 2023, I would say like springtime of 2023 is when I got back into it like heavily, and I like consistently crochet all the time now. I mean, people online still joke that knitting and crochet is an old people hobby, but they're also saying online that the girlies are we love our granny hobbies. I love I love this. I will crochet and sip on coffee and sit at home with my little dog and be granny all the way. Um, I mean, I watch football, but I don't really have like opinions about football. It was a football game. I liked the halftime show. I figured you're not making fun of me. Almost at the end. I think I'm almost at the end of this row. No, there's a lot of crochet and knit creators that are men. Plenty, plenty, plenty. It is not a gendered hobby in any way. You're welcome. I support anybody to get into crocheting and knitting. to be honest, I'm not going to answer too many more random questions. I prefer to chat about crochet and knit related topics. There was a lot of snow where I live, but it has since melted. Okay, I'm done this row, and I am tired of working on this project, so I'm going to switch to something else. I think I've made decent progress with this. Oh gosh, I'm dropping it. Let's see how many rows I've gotten. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, I'm at 17 rows. I'm at 17 rows, and I feel like I need to get to like 45. That's just my estimate. I'm thinking I'm going to need like 45. Because 17 rows only has me this far, and it needs to be like a full-length poncho like a shirt. So I'm a good fraction of the way through. But I'm done working on that. I'm actually going to transition to pattern testing something different that I've been planning on making. Of course, everything is over there. I can't reach it. I have to check my notes for this top that I want to make. Okay, size small. Okay. So I'm going to make another variation of a crochet bikini top. I've made so many things. So many things. And honestly, the problem with trying to be like a content creator is that I often do not post the things or tell anybody that I make the things, so there's no proof that I am sitting here making the things. What am I making right now? So the project that I just set off to the side is a, oops, there's a dog hair on it, is a crochet poncho that I'm making for my mom. It was requested by her. And then what I have in front of me is going to be a crochet bikini top. I have other variations of a crochet bikini top that I've made. Version 1 is done, not published, but done. And then I want to do another version of a bikini top. And for the next few minutes, I will be winding this into a yarn ball because I don't need this size. I actually have a tutorial up for this. If anyone's interested in making a, if you're making bikini tops or crop tops or even crochet dresses that require like a bra top, I recently released a tutorial on how to make them. My most recent tutorial that is up on my channel. I hate making yarn balls. Oh my god. I'm gonna see how many times I drop this thing. Oops. Can you make a custom out of yarn? A custom? I don't know what you're asking. Honestly, making this yarn ball is giving me more of a hand cramp than the project was. Oh, a costume for Halloween. I mean, I guess technically I can make it. I make different accessories. So I don't see why I wouldn't be able to make some sort of accessory that, like crochet accessory or outfit piece that would go with a costume. Oh, I gotta switch hands. I'm being so sloppy making this yarn ball. Yes, absolutely. Knitting is becoming a lot more popular with like younger people and college students, high school and college age people. They're so creative. I keep seeing a lot more of them pop up on social media and on YouTube. Especially when it comes to making like stylish crochet clothing and wearables. I'm almost done unraveling this. Why am I awful? Okay. And there I go, almost dropping it. Other question, is there a knitting? Oh, I don't know anything about knitting and crochet contests. I know that back in the day, probably, I want to say I saw one from like the 70s, but probably further back. There used to be like official knitting competitions that women would enter into. Oh my gosh, I have a hand cramp. Done. Wow. Okay. Now that that's unraveled, and I have an awful hand cramp. Yes, I spend most of my time sitting and chilling. That's why I love crocheting. I mean, but you can be mobile and crochet and knit also. There are plenty of people who you can walk outside while crocheting and knitting. There's a lot of like the wrist strap arm holders that you can get. Um, I've crocheted while walking on the treadmill before. I just brought my yarn and stuff in a bag and hung it on the handle of the treadmill. There's people with like the bike desks at home who will like bike indoors and crochet too to like stay active. I need to do hand stretches more often. Okay, I need to make the other half of this bikini top. And I should yeah, I'm not reaching for that. I should probably use a yarn bowl, and I simply don't feel like it. Switching back to knit to crocheting. Now you have me saying knitting. Switching back to crocheting with this weight 4 yarn after using that like 2 or 3 weight yarn. This feels so chunky. Literally feels like I'm crocheting with Play-Doh after switching back from that thin yarn. Yes, you spelled crochet, right? I might put my glasses on. I don't want the glare from all the lights that I have on. I don't want the glare to show up on them. Oh, see, this is why I didn't want to wear the glasses on camera. You can see the ring light reflection. You can't see my face anymore. Ah. Well, now I really look like an old person. I'm using these giant glasses as bifocals. When you first crocheting, it was hard. Easy. I thought crochet was pretty easy when I first started, but I've always been like a very crafty, hands-on, like fine motor skills type person. So it came pretty naturally to me, but I know that's not everyone's experience with starting a new craft. Thanks. I literally have to look over the glasses at my phone to not have that glare. So I've been on for almost an hour and a half. My phone battery is starting to reflect that. I'm just gonna hang out on here until my phone battery cannot keep up anymore. Yes, my phone says that I've been streaming for 76 minutes. Thank you for the hearts. If anyone's in here who has not liked or subscribed, I'd love it if you did. I know you're here. Trying to think of more crochet questions to ask me. Well, I guess I can share with you my favorite thing I've ever made. I feel like that's a question that would come up eventually. But my favorite thing, I guess if you want to quantify it by how often I use or wear the thing, my favorite thing I ever made was a bucket hat that's in. Oh, hey, welcome back. My favorite thing I've ever made was I have a bucket hat that's in that pale blue that I said is my favorite color, and it has my name. I crocheted my name into it, so it says my name across it. And every time I wear it out in public, I get so many compliments and people asking if I made it. I'm trying to get into the habit more of like I've been making a lot more crochet wearables, and I'm trying to get into the habit of actually like wearing the things that I make out in public. How fast can people crochet in one day? Well, it depends on the person and what they're making. Most of my projects I make in one sitting. Most things I can sit down and knock out. Of the hats that I make, I have a pattern published on Etsy for one of the big, like, ruffly hats that I make. It's a wintertime hat. That one can take usually about 3 hours. If I sit still and crochet for 3 hours uninterrupted, like I don't stop to eat or anything, then I can finish that hat. Most hats, though, are usually like an hour and a half. Crochet crop tops, if I like make a whole crop top in one sitting, I've never made a whole crop top in one sitting, so I don't actually know. But I'd say if I had to guess, it's probably like 4 to 5 hours of work to make a whole top in one sitting. Depends on the top, like how much coverage, like torso coverage, I'm making in the crop top. Definitely. If you start crocheting and knitting and you catch me in another live, let me know. Hello, thank you. My glasses are about to fall off my nose. Oh no, I ran out of coffee. You're welcome. I love how I was able to successfully go all pink today. Well, except for my nails. Which is honestly just my fault. I went and got my hands and my toenails done last week. And I was like, yeah, let's make everything blue because that's my favorite color. Definitely not clicking that Valentine's Day was coming. But everything else is pink. I definitely cannot crochet and play video games at the same time. I can do things that involve just watching. I know some people who who do crochet and read a book because you can get those oops, I just messed up. You can get those like book stands that you can put your like paperback book on and has the page holders so you can turn the page and it'll clip it up so you can read and crochet. I really got to check my work because I was about to mess up completely. had to knock my yarn off the table. That could be fun. You can also check your local library or community center, and they might already have groups for adults to crochet. So I would absolutely check with those two areas. What am I making? I am working up another version of a crochet bikini top. So this is probably my third version of a crochet bikini top. And I'm making it kind of has like the drawstring along the bottom. But the pattern is not published or ready yet. That's why I'm just working up samples in yarn that I already have. Thanks. I can't believe I've been on for... I don't need my glasses to see that. I can't believe I've been on for 86 minutes. Yes, I am in fact crocheting. Separate from knitting. I do knit. I don't prefer it, but I know how to. I'm pretty much always going to be on here crocheting. I guess so. I don't know how I look like that, if you say so. My name is actually in the title of my channel. It is Dnea. And that is why my channel is DneaDesigns. I know, seeing the 4 letters, it's not always super easy to assume how it is pronounced. Thank you. I really need to get bifocals to crochet with. We were talking earlier about how this is traditionally a granny hobby, quote unquote. My grandmother is the one who taught me how to crochet. Two more rows. Yep. I actually, oh gosh, I'm sorry. My brain stopped working trying to crochet and talk at the same time. Yes, when I first started, I was only making stuff to give away to friends and family. I wasn't charging anybody for my work. I have donated stuff When I first got back into crocheting, like consistently, back in 2023, and I was making a lot of new hat patterns, I made up a bunch of sample hats in colors that I didn't really like, that I was never going to use or sell, or like I made them too small while I was testing the pattern. So I saved them all up with the goal of donating them somewhere. I didn't know if I was going to go to the local women's shelter or what have you. I didn't want to donate to Goodwill because I didn't want them to be like sold. I wanted people to just be able to use them if they needed them. And I was volunteering at my local elementary school and noticed that they were doing a kind of like a hat drive where they were collecting hats at the front desk of the elementary school and giving them to kids who were cold, who didn't wear a hat to school. So that is where I decided to donate that batch to the local elementary school. So I definitely want to make more hats to donate, especially because I need to work my way through a lot of my like unnecessary yarn stash, like colors that I know I'm not gonna make into things that I'm gonna wear, or things that I would like want to sell like they're not my aesthetic. So I need to make up more hats and either donate them to the elementary school again, or find another group to donate the hats to. I'm very upset that there's a knot in the yarn. Oh well. I'll survive. I've been using a lot of pink yarn recently, not Valentine's Day related. I've just been gravitating towards pink yarn. This is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. So it's their classic brand yarn, and it's the color Hot Rose, if you were interested. Hot Rose from Hobby Lobby. I am making another variation of a crochet bikini top. So I'm working on the second bra cup at the moment, and then I'm going to add a, what's the word? Like a border at the bottom of it for the string to run through, so it can be one of those bikini tops where, like, you know how the girls have the bikini tops where like you can scrunch it at the bottom a bit with the string. I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but that's how this bikini top is going to look. I made another one like this already that was made with smaller stitches, but it's on my mannequin that's on the other side of the room, so I can't get up and grab it right this second. Any question? Have Taco? No, Taco doesn't mess with my yarn. He has a curly tail, so the worst that's ever happened is that he runs past me while I'm crocheting, and his curly tail catches the yarn and he just starts running with it, and it's not on purpose. He doesn't grab the yarn with his mouth or anything, but his curly tail has grabbed my yarn and run across the house with it. So that's fun. But he's never, he doesn't intentionally ever touch my yarn. He's never messed up any of my projects. Sounds perfect. Months ago I learned. You believe it's gonna? Yeah, I think it's gonna look cute. I'm probably going to place this one up for sale. I don't know. It depends on how much I move it around and if I get the yarn messed up. But I've been making a lot of samples because I'm writing a lot of new patterns. So I've been making a lot of samples while I'm pattern testing my work. Ooh. I've been making a lot of samples while I've been pattern testing my work, and I'm thinking of posting those samples on my Etsy shop. So all of these like bikinis that I've been making in various sizes to test and make sure that the pattern works, I'm just gonna pop a tag on them and place them for sale because they're not my size, and someone might want them in the color that I'm already making it, and someone might want this pink bikini when I'm done with it. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I need to do one more row. and my phone's gonna die. So I'm going to end this stream when I get to the end of this row. But this was probably the most successful live stream that I've had. So I had a lot of fun chatting with you all, having some engagement. If you're still hanging around and you have not subscribed yet, please do so you can find out when I'm on live again and we can hang out. Thank you. Turning it into a store, not so much. I feel like my dream, version of a store would be, I've noticed a couple creators that I follow on Instagram. One of them actually just opened her first, cafe. My dream would be to own a coffee shop, a coffee shop / yarn shop, where people could buy yarn but also, hang out on sofas, and, the whole point is, to come there and crochet, and then host, crochet classes and meetups there. Oh, it would be the dream. But also, I don't want to be a business owner. Entrepreneurship is not my calling. Someone else would have to run the business. I'm really just there to be the personality. Thank you. Alright, friends, I am almost done this row, and then I'm going to hop off because my phone is not gonna make it. But I've been on for almost 100 minutes. Been on for 98 minutes. So a little over an hour and a half. Had fun chatting, yeah. Oh. I did not want to end. Oh, you might get a few more minutes out of me. I remembered that I wanted to crochet along the bottom of this. I think. I'm looking off to the side at my other pattern. What do you crochet off camera? The same exact stuff that I crochet on camera. I've been making a lot of wearable pieces crop tops and such. My plan is to start getting into more summertime wear. So I will be making more like crop tops and swim cover-ups, beachwear, stuff like that. The very first thing I ever crocheted, oh shoot, well, the ball of yarn rolled across the floor. The very first thing I ever crocheted was an orange hat. And then when I learned to knit, not long after that, I used the exact same orange yarn. I cannot believe I dropped that ball of yarn. It is just making its way across the floor right now. Okay, a few more stitches and then I'm actually done. Oh my gosh, you're back. You got lucky. I was just about to end this stream like 2 minutes ago, and then I realized that I wanted to make a border along the bottom of this bra cup. But I am actually about to end the stream, like right now, unfortunately. I'm not gonna go fishing for that yarn ball that I dropped on the floor. It's just not happening. Okay. Well, I'm done working on what I said I would work on this stream. I didn't make up all my glasses. Yeah, that yarn ball is gonna stay down there. But I'm done working on what I said I was gonna finish on my stream, and I think my phone's on like 10%, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. I hope you all have a good day. I had fun chatting with you all. Definitely give me a follow. Well, subscribe if you have not, so you can be notified when I get on live again, which should be soon, hopefully. And then also, if you make anything, tag me on Instagram. If you are a crochet account, I will follow you back, so that can be fun. And yeah. Bye. Bye-bye. I had fun. Bye.